I was unemployed last summer, so naturally, as the gods foretold, I had no life, and all I watched was Mouse Critical and Family Guy.
Go, fellow canine! Be free and enjoy life!
And while I was watching Mouse Critical, I seen this video when he was reading some really cringy, arrogant guy trying to get a girl.
We dive into the meatballs from our spaghetti entree of cringe. A user on Twitter posted screenshots.
If Brian Griffin was real, which is such beautiful descriptive language, I really could not have put it better myself. It was such an accurate comparison. And it really got me thinking about, why is Brian Griffin so insufferable?
No, warm up my fingers. Alright, get out of my way, I'm gonna bowl.
Like, every character on that show is deeply flawed, and they're just horrible people altogether.
It's love. It's true!
You can't leave us like this, lady.
Yeah, don't say lady. It makes me feel old.
But there are times throughout the show, even in the later seasons, when every character is just a caricature of who they once were, that we're still rooting for the characters to succeed in the end. Except for Brian.
Boy, he's sure living a lot longer than we expected.
And at first I was thinking, oh, this is my own bias, still to this day after the massacre they did to his character.
You do not understand, okay? Jesus.
But I'm never rooting for him to win. And I was wondering why that is. And after much thought, I've come to a conclusion. Brian Griffin lacks self-awareness. Now, this is not necessarily some big revelation that I have independently come to. This is literally referenced in the show as the main punchline of Brian's character.
You know, it's funny, I've gotten an awful lot of writing done at that very table.
You're a writer?
I like to consider myself an observer. You have nice breasts, for instance.
He's a douche, people can't stand him because he's a douche, and he can't see what he's done wrong because he has no self-awareness, so on and so on.
Brian, what do you want for breakfast?
Hold on. What do I want?
But what I would like to address in this video is the different ways that Family Guy reinforced this character trait to never let us forget that he has zero self-awareness.
How can you not like me?
I believe Brian Griffin has become Family Guy's most insufferable character because his beliefs consistently crumble under the weight of his own ego.
Enough government profiteering under the guise of morality! Enough with this phony war on drugs!
A perfect example of this comes from Season 7, Episode 12, titled 420. Now, if you watch Family Guy, you already know that Brian is passionately pro-marijuana legalization. And in this episode, he and Stewie run a full legalized pot campaign. And they actually succeed. Quahog legalizes weed, and Brian proudly declares that the entire town is better for it.
See, Lois, tell me things in Quahog aren't better now.
It's just weird, Brian. I still don't...
Even pushing back against Lois, whose approval he normally bends over backwards to earn. But then comes the twist. The second Carter Peter Schmidt offers to make Brian's book famous, Brian immediately flips his stance.
I even commissioned an oil painting for your author's photo. And what's this? Is this an Oprah Book Club sticker? I think it is.
Wait, really? Oh my god.
So what do you say? Is it a deal?
He rallies the town to ban weed again, not because his beliefs have changed, but because his image could change.
Pot is bad!
The conclusion is unavoidable. Brian doesn't care about ideology. He cares about being praised for having one. This exact pattern continues in another major subplot, the self-help book episode from Season 9. Brian writes a bestseller. Brian openly mocks self-help books as shallow, creatively bankrupt, and written by people who lack real passion for the craft. Stewie then challenges him to write one anyway, just to prove how easy it is, so Brian does. He writes a full book in a few hours, gets it published through Stewie's connections, and it becomes a hit. Suddenly, Brian is doing interviews, signings, TV appearances, and he becomes proud of the very thing he once called hollow.
Look, I have written a best-selling phenomenon. I should be sitting in the front damn room!
Not because he believes in the work, but because people are now believing in him. When Bill Maher challenges him on air, the mask drops. Ryan admits he never cared about the message and only wrote it to exploit a desperate audience looking for guidance.
Ryan, I don't think you're in a position really here to pull rank on anybody. I mean, yes, Dana has made a career in comedy. I don't think he's ever done anything as laughable as this book.
Look, all right, what do you want? I wrote it in a day.
And honestly, that tells you everything you need to know. This episode also reinforces Brian's inability to admit when he is wrong.
Whoa. I was in over my head? Yeah, but Stewie, this isn't about all the things you did wrong. It's about me apologizing. Okay, then apologize.
I just did.
No, you didn't. You just said it's about me apologizing. That's not actually apologizing. Alright, Stewie, I'm sorry that I made you uncomfortable and put you in a situation that you clearly couldn't handle. Okay, there it is again. What the hell? Stop with that! You're right. This is about healing. This is not about how many things you messed up along the way. It's about how badly I reacted to them. So, I'm sorry about how badly I reacted to your many errors.
And what makes this even more frustrating is that Brian wasn't always like this. In Season 6, Episode 10, Play It Again, Brian, he forces himself on Lois and completely crosses the line. But when confronted, he recognises his behaviour, takes accountability, and genuinely apologises to both Peter and Lois. That episode proves that he used to have self-awareness, yet now, Brian can't offer that same humility.
I'm sorry about how badly I reacted to your many errors.
He constantly plays the victim, hides behind moral superiority, and refuses to admit wrongdoing unless someone he idolises publicly humiliates him first. This shift is in character growth. It's flanderization. Brian went from being a self-absorbed but occasionally thoughtful intellectual to a self-righteous hypocrite driven entirely by ego and admiration. And that transformation is exactly why, and how, he became the show's most insufferable character. I would just like to clarify a few things here at the very end. One, this is my first ever time making a video essay. I'm aware that the clips aren't very clear. I am aware that the audio quality is crap. I don't have good equipment yet, but hopefully if I can make enough money to afford it, then I'll be able to improve the quality. Also, I will be talking about Family Guy a lot on this channel because I love Family Guy, but I want to make it very clear, I am never arguing that these characters are good people. If they existed outside of the show, they would be awful, disgusting people that should be in jail. But they are cartoon characters, so I do try and take it with a pinch of salt. And even in this video, when addressing Brian trying to force himself on Lois, this is obviously completely disturbing and wrong, but Family Guy completely sweeps it under the rug, and if you're going to analyse it, you sort of have to do the same. So yes. Please don't believe that I think that Brian Griffin is an amazing person, or that he used to be an amazing person. That's not the case. It's just for fun, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to afford better equipment soon. Thanks for watching.